Hello and welcome to the Anatolia News Podcast. This is Engin Tatlıbal. Turkey will keep walking with Recep Tayyip Erdogan for at least 5 more years, according to the election results. However, there are a couple of things to focus on. So, let's get to them. This is a victory cry of a convoy of Erdogan supporters, and the sound comes from Hatay. Just 5 months ago, a huge portion of Hatay County was devastated by the catastrophic earthquake, remember. Many said the disaster's main reason is the mispolicy of Recep Tayyip Erdogan's 21-year-old government. Tens of thousands of people were dead during and after the earthquake in Hatay, and allegedly, there are still bodies under the unremoved wrecks, and almost all Hatay citizens have at least one earthquake victim in their families. But it seems many of them are happy with President Erdogan, as he won the majority in this devastated city. The poll results are similar in all cities throughout the earthquake region. In Kahramanmaraş, for example, which is the epicenter of the earthquake, Mr. Erdogan collected 75% of valid votes. Opposition leader Kılıçdaroğlu made it only in Adana, least affected city from the disaster. Here's a take of two Turks from Islahiye, a most devastated city during the quake, have losses from their families, telling that they will vote for Erdogan forever and no matter what.
Ben AK Partiliyim abi. Tamam mı? Ben Cumhurbaşkanı'ndan memnunum.
I support AK Party. I'm okay with the president up to the end. There have been an earthquake and I have dead and wounded relatives. The state used all means to help us. Maybe the aid was late, yes. 11 cities devastated. Water was wasted and bread leaves went to garbage. Our Muslim community have nothing at all. And some people claim the state today. That's a beam in the eye. In every election, my vote is for Recep Tayyip Erdogan no matter what.
Recep Tayyip Erdogan orada olursa yine oyum Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
Evim yıkıldı, konteyner bana geldi.
My house collapsed and the container was given to me. God bless them. I gave my vote to Recep Tayyip Erdogan, and whenever he comes as a candidate, I will vote for Recep Tayyip Erdogan.
Verdim de namusuma, şerefime de verdim.
Another voter from the region, however, claims that Erdogan's campaign members gave cash money to survivors of the earthquake to vote for the president.
Hep millete para dağıttılar.
They gave money to people, to earthquake sufferers. One person has one vote, and vote is honor. If one sells his vote, it means he sells his honor.
Ha karısını satmıştır, ha şerefini satmıştır.
The poll results from the disaster area worth digging further in terms of political sociology. Why Erdogan won and why the opposition lost? Almost all independent observers agreed that this was not a fair election. It was a free election, yes, but not a fair election. Erdogan holds the power for more than 20 years and he is dominating the vast majority of media, including the state media corporation TRT. Besides, and more important, he is dominating the judicial power, as the president has the authority to appoint and dismiss all critical judges and prosecutors in the country. That's why it's not a surprise that the leader of Kurdish political movement is in jail for nearly 7 years. Opposition leader Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu and his party are oppressed under such a governmental domination inevitably. So yes, the elections were free, but the opposition leader appeared on state TV for just 32 minutes, while Erdogan's news covered for 32 hours in just April. All besides, journalist İsmail Saymaz still thinks that Erdogan did not win the election, but the opposition lost it by itself.
Recep Tayyip Erdogan
Recep Tayyip Erdogan is in power for 21 years. His last 5 years was a real disgrace, as it was full of clumsiness, ineptitude, favoritism, and lack of worthiness. And so, this government did everything to lose. And so, this government did not win the election, but the opposition lost it.
kazanmadı. Muhalefet bu seçimi kaybetti.
Countries other than Turkey seem satisfied, and it seems the rest of Europe and the US approach to Turkey elections this time was a little pragmatic. The post-pandemic inflation crisis and China's economic self-isolation brought the world to such a point that nobody cares about what regime exists in another one, during they keep their trade in these extremely fragile global conditions. Mr. Vladimir Putin, however, and Mr. Haydar Aliyev of Azerbaijan, if you want to count, are the ones who felt a little relief over Erdogan's win in Turkey. In Kremlin, of course, nobody wants a pro-Western government in Ankara, obviously.
Hello. The performance for Best Actress goes to
Merve Dizdar from the film About Dry Glasses by Nuri Bilge Ceylan.
This announcement marks the first Turkish actress, Merve Dizdar, to win the Best Actress award at Cannes Film Festival. And it's a significant example of how Erdogan's reign and last win turned Turkey a deeply divided country and a disunited community. Let's take a look at Dizdar's acceptance speech at Cannes first. I dedicate this award to all my sisters who do not bow down to what they are deemed worthy of, who take action, who risk everything for this cause, and who do not give up hope, and to all the struggling souls in Turkey who are longing for the good days they deserve. Dizdar's unexpected achievements with her speech brought severe reflections, and pro-Erdogan Twitter accounts immediately initialized a boycott and defamation against Dizdar, which we can mention as another example of cancel culture in Turkey. Bottom line, Turkey is more divided than ever after the May 28th presidential elections. That's all for this episode, and what happens next will also be on the Anatolia News podcast in coming weeks. Thank you for listening to us. Bye bye.